1, 2, 3.
The agent layer, the Pentagon problem, and the handshake, that wasn't. This past week, OpenAI hired the guy who Anthropic sued. Pentagon threatened to blackmail their own America's AI company. And two billionaires stood next to each other in front of Prime Minister of India, refusing to shake hands. Let's get to it. What's up? 3 stories this week, which are all connected to each other by one thing. And by the end, you will know why 3 stories belong to your team's agenda items. Let's go. Peter Steinberger, an Austrian engineer who bootstrapped PDF Kit, a PDF kit that runs inside a lot of different apps used by million people. And no one knows about him until he built an open source AI agent last year in 2025. It is called OpenClaw, formerly known as Moltbot or Claudebot. Users controlled it through apps like WhatsApp, Discord. The AI agent would basically book their flight, clear their inboxes, check in for their flight, and many more. And Anthropic sent him a trademark threat because he originally had called the tool a Claudebot. So then Steinberger went ahead and renamed it to Moltbot and then to now OpenClaw. Through all of this, OpenAI decided to call him. And next thing we know, Sam Altman is tweeting on his X saying, quote, Steinberger, genius with amazing ideas about the future of very smart agents. Peter said yes to Sam Altman because Sam Altman agreed that OpenClaw stays as an open source tool. Basically, Anthropic handed over this dev to their rival, OpenAI. But as I was reading online to see what others are saying, there were 2 distinct teams. The supporters were saying things like, Steinberger is the real deal, bootstrapped to near unicorn, went back to building in public immediately. OpenAI committed to open source. That's a real concession. And then I found what the critiques were saying about this. OpenAI's enterprise share dropped from 50% to 27% since 2023. Anthropic now holds 40%. OpenAI launched their enterprise agent program called Frontier. Check the link here for more info. 1 week before this hire. That timing seems very surgical. Steinberger himself wrote in an article he posted, I could totally see how OpenClaw could become a huge company. And no, it's not really exciting for me. He went on to say, what I want is to change the world. I do really hope he can achieve that by working for OpenAI. But he didn't sell himself and the tool. He chose. Rumors are that Meta, Zuckerberg called him, Satya, the CEO of Microsoft, called him, but he said yes to OpenAI because Sam Altman again agreed that OpenClaw stays open source. So while Anthropic sent lawyers his way, OpenAI agreed with him. What does all this mean for you? And why it should be on your roadmap and discussed, at least? OpenAI basically buying and acquiring the orchestration layer, OpenClaw. It's basically the layer that sits between your users and the models that they use. They bought this so that they can standardize it before anyone else can. Steinberger did not go ahead and build a better model. No, he built a layer and something that controls all of those models. Trademark enforcements and sending up lawyers is rational, but in my mind, Anthropic should have partnered and grabbed this guy to work for them. But instead, they just lawyered up and pushed him away. Drop in the comments. Would you consider transitioning to OpenAI's models for using OpenClaw? The Pentagon wants your AI without the safety rails. Anthropic built the safest frontier model, and apparently that goes against our national security. Stay with me. Pentagon is negotiating with AI companies such as OpenAI, Google, xAI, and Anthropic to deploy AI to unclassified systems. Their ask is remove the safeguards from AI tools and to let them use it for all lawful purposes. OpenAI said yes, Google said yes, xAI said yes. Anthropic said, hold on a minute. Two things. You cannot use this tool to mass surveillance of Americans and fully autonomous weapons. Pentagon's response: they are very close to designating Anthropic as a supply chain risk. The kind of label that they would use for things like Huawei. Huawei is a leading Chinese multinational technology corporation and the world's largest provider of telecommunication equipment. And a senior official from Pentagon said, "This is real. We are going to make sure they pay a price for forcing our hand." This exploded publicly when Anthropic contacted Palantir to figure out if Anthropic's Claude was used in capturing Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela. Anthropic wanted to know if their AI was used because there were people who were shot in that raid. I went ahead and did some researching, and here's what people are saying, the supporters. No mass surveillance of Americans and no fully autonomous weapons are not radical positions. If Anthropic folds here, the precedent for every AI company is governments can strip safety constraints from any product touching sensitive infrastructure. That floor disappears forever. So then the Pentagon CTO in response goes off to say, what we're not going to do is let any one company dictate a new set of policies above and beyond what Congress has passed. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. How about you guys? Tell me in the comments. And then a senior official of Pentagon went on to say that it is going to be difficult to quickly replace Claude with any other models out there because it is clearly the best one out there. And I tend to agree with that. If you haven't used Claude, go ahead and do it. It's much better than at least ChatGPT, in my opinion. Here's what's happening. Pentagon is threatening to blackmail their best supplier while they really don't have a replacement plan for them. Yeah, that is not a good strategy. One bothered me a lot. Not because, Anthropic is right or wrong, but because of what's becoming normalized. And just to summarize, unfortunately, OpenAI, XAI, and Google, they went ahead and agreed with government safeguards being put down because they wanted the contracts. Reasonable. But Anthropic is still trying to fight for AI safety, which I value. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Two men, allegedly both trying to save humanity, could not shake hands in front of the Prime Minister of India at the Global Corporation AI Summit. India's AI Summit. It was the first high-level AI summit in the Global South, with 250,000 attendees which were registered, including people like Macron, Lula, obviously Modi, and unfortunately, the rumors are that Jensen Huang canceled the last minute, and Bill Gates also pulled out of going, I think because of the whole drama going on with Epstein files. Then also, an Indian university presented a AI robot dog, which was Chinese, as their own. And then the IT minister of the India went ahead and broke this news himself and then deleted it. The White House announced something called the National Champions Initiative. I went ahead and did some digging, and here's what I found the supporters and the critics said in this case. The supporters said this summit genuinely mattered. For the first time, the AI governance conversation was physically located outside Washington, London, or Beijing. The framing shifted from AI apocalypse prevention to how does this tool work for agricultural workers, in Bihar or multilingual communities in suburbs of Africa. That shift was real. And then the critics say, do the math. The US and China control 85% of global AI compute. India's entire $210 billion combined pledge from Reliance is less than a third of what US tech giants spend in a single year. After that, the White House OSTP director went ahead in his speech to say, When we say that we're trying to export the American AI stack, it doesn't mean 100% American content. He said export, and India's opposition immediately pushed back. Then the White House AI advisor went on to say American stack should be the bedrock allies build on. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem like a partnership. It seems more like a sales pitch. Looks like that the US is trying to lock in the global south as consumers of AI, American AI infrastructure before China can. That's all the top AI news that I had for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you hit that like button. Please comment, answer some of the questions I had during the video. And lastly, subscribe if you haven't already. And now I leave you like I always do with a joke, because life is too short not to laugh. Why did Anthropic rename OpenClaw? Trademark enforcement. The most expensive free marketing to do for your competitor, OpenAI. All right, I'll see you next week.